Hi everyone, thank you all for being here and for sticking around, really appreciate it. I don't know if you noticed, but my shirt, I thought it was appropriate to wear to this event. A friend in Australia sent it to me. It says, "Eat fruit, not fins," so I thought that was quite appropriate. And I'd really like to thank everyone for being here, and Pamela for organizing it, and the volunteers, and all the sponsors and the exhibitors, and especially the parade participants and the audience. So thank you very much for being here. We started Fish Field in 2013, and when we did, we were told that it would be hopeless to get people interested in fish, caring about fishes. In the last few years, I've been speaking here about the dire situation for fishes, and it is indeed more dire than ever. But I'm very glad to be here today and let you know that there is good news, good things beginning to happen for fishes. I'd like to explain why I call them fishes instead of fish. It is a little curious, but well, it is the scientific term when you're talking about more than one species of fish, and it's also being used increasingly now to indicate that fishes are individual beings with unique personalities. So often the number of fishes is given in tons rather than as individuals, but they are unique individuals with distinct personalities. One of the first good things that happened this year for fishes is the release of this book. The publication of the book, What a Fish Knows. Was published in June to rave reviews. The author, Jonathan Balcom, is now on a world tour. It's very interesting and informative, full of fascinating facts about how admirable and sentient and wonderful fishes are. It's a very interesting and readable book, and it's really a must-read for anyone who has curiosity or concern about fishes, and we all should be concerned about fishes. As science has shown, they are sentient, they feel fear and pain, they're admirable and deserving of our respect as any other animals. They're killed in far greater numbers than any other category of vertebrate animals used for food. The way they're killed is so horrendous, whether they're wild caught or farmed. And their number in the trillions, literally the trillions, which is an astronomical figure. It's just immense. In addition to all the fishes, and that's a conservative figure, in addition to all the fishes who are caught, countless birds and seals, dolphins, whales, turtles are also caught either unintentionally in fishing gear or intentionally caught by the fishing industry because they don't want to be competing with these animals for the fishes. They're actually, and now with climate change and ocean acidification, the situation is even more dire for them. It's been estimated in the past 50 years, the population of aquatic species has been halved just in the past 40 years. That's an estimate by the World Wildlife Fund in conjunction with the London Zoological Society. There are animals who are starving because of the lack of fish. Sea lions, seals, even whales and birds are starving for the lack of fish. There are people who are genuinely dependent on fish for food, so when we're eating them, we're depriving them of their sustenance. Human slavery is rampant in the fishing industry. A lot of that catch is sold here in the US and other developed countries. About a third of the seafood sold in the US has been mislabeled, estimated to be mislabeled. So even if you're trying to follow a certification scheme to buy certain types of fish, there's no guarantee that who you're trying to get is actually who they are. In addition, much of the fish who are caught are used, people point to fish farming as a solution to the problem, but many of the fish who are caught are used as feed for farmed fish, farmed shrimp, chickens, pigs, so the fishing industry is propping up those industries as well. So fish farming really is not a solution, it's a big part of the problem. It's also not healthful for us. Fish is notoriously known to be high in mercury, dioxins, PCBs, cholesterol, saturated fat. All of the nutrients that we derive from fish and from other animal products can easily be obtained from plant sources that are better for us, better for the animals, and better for the environment. That goes with fish oil as well. That can be similarly contaminated. It's also prone to rancidity, and when it goes rancid, it produces free radicals that are potentially carcinogenic. So not only is fish and fish oil not healthful for you, but it's potentially a hazard to your health. If you like seafood, there are vegan versions of virtually every type of seafood imaginable. On our website, we have hundreds of recipes listed. I actually just found this new vegan seafood cookbook. We offer another vegan seafood cookbook for sale. There's hundreds of recipes available. There are vegan versions of virtually any type of seafood you can imagine. So whatever you have a hankering for, there's a vegan version of. And people are beginning to wake up to the realities of what's happening to animals. The public is getting a better sensibility towards animals. And we are beginning to make headway for fishes also. This year, our organization, Fishville, is involved in legislation to try to ban fishing contests for cow-nosed rays. They are these wonderful rays, similar to manta rays, but smaller, who come up from Florida every year to the Chesapeake Bay to mate and give birth to their pups. Because they're being blamed for the oyster populations going down, which in actuality is due to overcollection for human consumption and pollution and disease, but the rays are being scapegoated for that, which is another reason not to eat oysters. And they've been having these bow fishing contests where they go out in boats and the rays are right on the surface of the water. They can take their boats right on top of the rays and shoot them with arrows. Then they impale them with a metal hook and haul them up and beat them mercilessly and throw them into a barrel to suffocate so they can have these contests. They try to get the heaviest ray, and they've been known to take baby rays and stuff them back into the dead mother to try to increase the rate. It's really horrendous. So we went out with an organization, Shark, showing animals respect and kindness, and documented what they were doing. We rented boats, and Shark brought their drone and flew that overhead. We got a lot of great documentation and footage. We released it to the media, and we got a lot of great international media coverage of that. This year, we formed a coalition with animal protection and environmental organizations, and we introduced legislation. Just this past week, it passed the Senate subcommittee. It's now going on to the Senate, where it's expected to pass. And if it does, it will really could set a precedent as being the first legislation for fishes that ban a contest based not only on conservation measures, but also for empathy. But we really need everyone's help to get that passed. So far we've had some 230,000 people have signed a petition against the contest. But from New York, you can help get this legislation passed also by letting the Maryland Office of Tourism know that what you think of allowing such egregious animal abuse to happen in the state. And if you go on our website, fishville.org, you can find information how to go about doing that. So that shows that people are concerned about fishes. And as animal advocates, it's up to us to educate the public. If we say that people don't care about fish, that's largely our fault if we're not explaining to them why they should care. And there's so much great information why we should care. This is the book, Do Fish Feel Pain, by Victoria Braithwaite. She's professor of fisheries and biology at Penn State University, and she lays out very eloquently the scientific basis for fish sentience. So please be a friend to fishes. Remember, fish are friends, not food, so let's us be a friend to fishes and speak out on behalf of them. You don't have to be an expert to do it. There are so many resources available. On our table we have fact sheet about fish sentience and other information to advocate for fishes. There's loads of information online and so many opportunities to do that. You can post comments, you can write letters to the editor, you can call into talk shows, you can show other people how wonderful vegan seafood is and let them know about the harm that fishing and fish farming does and how hazardous fish and fish oil is to our health. So remember, please, that fishes are wonderful sentient beings as deserving of our respect and compassion as any other species and as deserving as our help, which they desperately need. So please speak up and speak out on behalf of fishes and be a friend to fishes. Thank you very much.